A very good morning, dear friends. On a lovely note from Michael Jackson to heal the world and heal the heart, I welcome all of you in today's special session on World Heart Day. Good morning and good evening, wherever you are, in whichever part of the world you are, watching live on YouTube, on Zoom. And I feel a great privilege to have with us Professor Dr. Mohit Gupta with us today, who will be taking us the whole session today on Heal Thy Heart. And just to let you know about Brother Dr. Mohit Gupta in very short, Dr. Mohit Gupta is DM Cardiology. He is consultant cardiologist to the Indian Parliament and practicing Rajoga meditation for past 35 years. He has achieved 18 gold medals and 5 silver medals in medical career. This is just a brief profile, but there's a lot which you will experience in the whole session. Without taking much time, I invite with whole heart Dr. Mohit Gupta to this session. Welcome, dear brother.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti. Good morning to all the angels who have taken out time for this wonderful session in the morning. So, I give my heartfelt and wonderful greetings to all of you on the occasion of the World Heart Day. And why this is so important? Because our heart is one of the organs that is always and honestly functioning right from our birth till the last breath of our life. But unfortunately, what happens is that sometimes it starts giving us trouble. And anything that we are not able to give rest to, it is naturally that it is going to get fatigued. And same happens with our heart and our mind also. So let me take you on a very beautiful lifestyle journey of heart and why it is so relevant in the current context and why do we actually are celebrating World Heart Day and what strong messages as yogis, as morning powerful yogis, that each one of us should incorporate or inculcate in our life. So you would be surprised that, what is responsible for almost most of the deaths all over the world and including the Southeast Asians like countries like Asia. It is surprising to know that it's our lifestyle. 90% of all the deaths are caused by our lifestyle. 90%. And you would be surprised that every year India is particularly losing more than 3 crore people every year and 58 lakh conclusively, all because of the lifestyle disorders. One fourth of all the deaths are responsible because of the lifestyle. And why this is happening so? The reason for this is that whenever we lose balance in life is all about balance, when you are able to balance your thoughts and your karma, when you are able to balance your work and your life, when you are able to balance everything in your life, we achieve success. That's the key. That is most important. And today what is happening is that we are continuously working throughout today. Look at this. The rush, the hush in the mind starts right in the morning, that we have to work, we have to work, we have to. And that sense of working, that sense of continuous pressure transforms us from human beings to human doings. We always forget that life is not just about working, it's about enjoying also. It's about taking time to, incorporate little moments of joy and pleasure in it. It's about taking time to do something that I really love. And we have forgotten all those simple tips and tricks in our life. Those two words, I'm busy and I don't have time, are spreading more rapidly than the virus, more rapidly than any particular disease. The continuous pressure that we are feeling is having significant effect on our health. And if I am to tell you, you would be surprised that in these studies that we have carried out in our own hospital, we have seen that all out of 100 heart attacks that we are dealing, 30 to 35% of them are occurring in very, very young population in less than 30 to 35 years. So this is really alarming. And why this is happening? Because the studies have shown it is not that they are just smokers, diabetes, and lifestyle, it's also their thoughts. Life is not just about what you are eating, what you are drinking, and how much you are sleeping. It is also about how you are thinking. So, what are the common lifestyle disorders on the World Heart Day that we should all be aware of? Diabetes, hypertension, obesity, you know, disease related to smoking, alcohol, and drug abuse, and most importantly, responsible for real disasters is our heart disease and stroke. So, three important messages that are needed to transform. You have been practicing meditation for so long now, but I have very important three messages, and these three messages are applicable in all aspects of your life. Every aspect of your life, if we use these three messages, change can happen. That metamorphosis, that evolution, that sense of change that we are desiring, that we are longing to see in ourselves, is a consequence of only these three principles. And the first of them is to take control of your life. We must understand that out of 1440 minutes that you get every day, you are the master that how you use those moments. These are the precious treasures. Today, when we say that we don't have time for ourselves, we are also telling us that out of 1500 minutes we are getting approximately, we don't have 10 minutes to maintain ourselves. You know, everything requires a maintenance. Our heart requires a maintenance, our mind requires a maintenance, and we tell that we don't have time. So start taking control of your life, and not just this body, but also your mind, yourself, your inner self. We need to control our own self. The second thing is that we can care for other people only when we are able to take self care. Self care is not a option, it's a priority. It is important, it is mandatory. Only when we are able to take care of our own selves, only then we'll be able to take care of our family, of the environment, of the atmosphere in which we are working, of the whole universe. The change can happen only when we understand that meditation, transformation is a priority, it's not a luxury. We need to understand. And the third important message is change is a process and not an event. You know, I often see that I meditate once in a week, I meditate twice in a week, I meditate whenever I feel. No, these changes are a process. We cannot become a yogi, we cannot transform our lives by doing it one day. The repetitiveness is the key to bring transformation in our life. It is very, very important. The more we do, the more beautifully we are changing our life. That is the crux to evolve. That is the crux to transform, and that we'll experience today in meditation. So, transformation is about bringing three changes in your lifestyle. And today, whatever I'm going to talk to you, please make a note. If you have any questions, certainly there would be certain. Please type them in your chat box. We would be very happy to take them at the end of meditation. So, these are all scientific and evidence based facts. The tips for a healthy heart and a healthy holistic lifestyle is proper diet, which I call as a smart heart diet, proper exercise, which we call as smart heart exercise, and proper sleep, that is proper heart rest. But we must understand that as diet is important for our body, equally important is to have diet for our mind also. As diet is important, as exercise is important for our body, it is equally important to exercise our mind. And as we give rest to our body, it is equally important to give rest to our soul also, or mind also. So, what about diet? Food is more powerful than any other weight prescription pills. People come and say, I want to lose weight. You know, the only way is to take care of our food. No level of exercise will ever be able to take care of a bad diet. So we must understand that we are what we eat. And why this is important? Because if we gain 1 kg of weight, that means 3 kilometers of additional blood vessels are forming. And this is That means our heart has to pump more, approximately 3 kilometers. The blood has to travel more to supply that blood to those increased length. So the tips for the healthy heart that we must understand, we have enough evidence today to understand that plant-based diet, fruits, nuts, vegetables, legumes, and lean vegetables is what should be our diet today. The moment we decrease the non-vegetarian diet, we have evidence, the moment we decrease the non-vegetarian diet, it decreases the mortality and increases our longevity. One of the recent studies, the Predimed trial, which was published, it showed that a pro-vegetarian diet, that is a pattern which has more vegetables versus the animal proteins like egg and fish, a significant reduction in mortality, in death, almost 41% less chances of you dying is seen with a pro-vegetarian. What is the pro-vegetarian diet? It's a smart, hard diet. A simple tip is to have at least 3 to 5 servings of fruits and nuts every day. Very important. A colored and a nutritious diet for a very beautiful, colorful life. Very important. Remember, the fruits, salads, and vegetables should always be consumed before meals and not after meals. A very important tip. It should always be consumed before and not after or with the meals. 3 to 5 servings is what is important. What are the things that we should be avoiding? Any kind of artificial sugars. The more we consume sugars, it is going to have a disastrous effect on our health. Simple carbohydrates like refined flour, maida, they are all increasing our glucose and increasing our mortality. If I am in hypertensive, somebody in my family has a high blood pressure, should I limit salt? You can have a normal dietary salt, but avoid tin juices, fruits, sauces, and chutneys. It is very important to limit the namkeen, papad, and achar. All these are simple tips to limit salt in your diet, and that will take care of the extra salt that we are consuming. Trans fats like French fries, donuts, kachoris, pakoras, the half-cooked food. The often we are in a habit of consuming that half-cooked. Once we are frying the half-fried food, again, that releases very toxic substances in our body, and these substances are called trans fats. We must understand that trans fats are poisonous, and hence all these items, all these cookeries should be avoided. Should we not be consuming them? No, you can consume them, but whenever you are having any fried food, occasionally consume them in a continuum and don't and refry them. Oils, rotate the oils. That is my message on the World Heart Day. Don't stick to one particular oil. The myth of olive oil is only true with extra virgin olive oil. The extra virgin olive oil is 5,000 rupees per liter, and most of the people are not able to afford that. And that is also when we consume these oils raw in the Predimed trial. So we must understand that for Indians, a simple, inexpensive oil like mustard oil is equally good, because we Indians cook our food in the oil as compared to the Westerners who consume raw oil. So my message on the World Heart Day is use all oils but rotate them. Rotation every 10 to 15 days is very, very good idea. And once you have used one particular oil, don't use that oil for re-deep frying, but use that oil only for light seasoning. Should I be consuming butter and ghee? Yes. If you are not in a habit of drinking butter and ghee, consuming repetitively extra quantities, you can often spoil yourself in consuming little quantities of butter and ghee, but these contain saturated fats and somewhere somehow are harmful for your body. So this is very important. Some people are in a habit of consuming coffee and tea. Yes, you can have coffee and tea, but remember, the benefits of coffee and tea are very good only when they are consumed without milk. That means they are consuming raw. They have shown to reduce the risk of diabetes, stroke, and premature death. They are also shown to reverse the blood vessel dysfunction only when they are consumed raw. All the energy drinks and everything should be avoided. So these simple tips can actually work wonders. But my dear friends, my message to you is that as we give food, healthy food to our body, equally important is to give healthy food to our mind also. What are we feeding our mind? What kind of thoughts are we giving to our mind? Are they positive? Are they negative? Or are they neutral? Let us see. Today we are chained by the technology, the digital technologies, the print technologies, social media. Everywhere we are surrounded by technology. And the predominant feelings, the kind of messages that we have are of pain, are of worry, are of uncertainty, and are of fear. Whenever we are getting the messages of pain, worry, uncertainty, and fear, continuously feeding these things, absorbing this kind of negative energy, and after absorbing, radiating this kind of negative energy has really disastrous effect not only on us, but we are feeding this negative energy to millions and millions of people whom we are in touch of. So that is why it is important for us. And whenever we are consuming that continuous quantity of fear and uncertainty, what happens? These negative emotions go and directly take control, get processed in our limbic system, what we call as the amygdala. And once they are taking control, they completely shut off our rational brain. Your ability to think rationally, your ability to think logically, that completely goes off. That is why you have seen people in fear, in panic, in worry, and when they are angry, we lose our rational thinking capability and we are completely destroyed. So then we are not driving our car, our negative emotions are driving. And here is what is the importance of detoxifying your own self. While technologies that we have created are useful for us, but are we happy today? Or are we chained by the technologies throughout? They are all having serious effects on our health and on our heart, on our mind. These are affecting our brain and thinking. These are affecting our productivity, our growth, our relationships and family, and our health and well-being. And where does all these things take a toll? They take a toll on our heart. They destroy the arteries. All these things get deposited because the emotions, the negative emotions are having very serious effect on our body. So detox it at least 120 to 160 minutes. Last 60 minutes, I relax and detox. First 60 minutes of the day, no mobile. I create a e-free zone. Choose e-free zones in your life. That is how you are able to detox your own self. This is the most important crux of your life. Eat food as a family, connect as a family. When your mobiles are switched off, your television is switched off, that is what is called the practical application of the meditation that you have been experiencing over so many days now. So use this meditation to transform your lifestyle and have a very healthy heart. Whenever we are eating, we are feeding good food to our heart. Very important, that is good. But my message to you is, what are the vibrations that we are empowering our food and water? We must understand that the emotional energies that radiate from our mind, the thoughts that we generate in our mind, they are having a very powerful effect on the food and water that we are. So program your diet and food according to not just having a healthy diet is important, but Raj Yoga meditation tells us that equally important is to have a very powerful and positive and energizing our food and water every day with this powerful affirmations and gratitude. Look at this. When 5 minutes of meditation, the experiments by Dr. Masaru Emoto, when we give negative vibrations to the water from the same sources, that you are ugly, the structure of water turned to be like really horrific. But when we give positive vibrations to the water, that I'm thankful to you because you quench my thirst, the same water started turning into a beautiful diamond structure. Similarly, when we use these energies to transform our food. Look at this, giving negative vibrations. When we are eating food, oh, this food, my children are not going to eat it. I don't think this food is going to be helpful for my body. Even if that food is healthy, my nutritional psychology tells me that the vibrations that I'm going to give to my food are completely going to transform the energy of food that I am consuming. So very important for all of us to understand is that you are not just what you eat, you are also are that what kind of energy you are putting into what you are eating. So all the positive energies are transforming the structure of our water. So by holding the intention of peace towards water and by thinking and speaking and acting with intention of peace towards water and food, water will bring peace to our bodies and mind. This is what we must understand on the World Heart Day. That when we give positive vibrations to our food and water, we are completely transforming the energy. We are completely changing this. The second and a very powerful effect of the basis of our healthy lifestyle and a healthy heart is exercise. It is important for us to understand that 1 hour of exercise, if we are doing, irrespective of your health, irrespective of your obesity or whether you are thin or lean, you are increasing your life expectancy by 1 hour. No matter what your age or physical ability is, starting an exercise program is a blessing. So start moving. That's a very strong message every day. Every day after morning meditation at 3:30 a.m. in the morning, I get up. After having my cup of tea, getting fresh, reading spiritual versions, I move. My target is from 4,000 to 10,000 steps every day. Set your targets according to your capability. Remember, little moving will start giving you significant effect on your cardiovascular health. Even shorter duration of exercises is helpful. It is very important, but sedentary behavior, just sitting in the room, just sitting on the table, lying on the bed, is not going to help you. It is associated with significantly worse heart outcomes, and we have very good and powerful evidence for it. So very important for us to understand. 30 to 45 minutes of brisk walking. What is brisk for you is very important. At least 5 to 7 days a week, at least 5 days. Take out 2 to 3 days in a week to exercise your muscles also. And that will tone your muscles to maintain their ability because muscles are responsible for glucose and insulin metabolism, for maintaining the diabetic control. So it is very important to have healthy muscles in your body. Just don't be a weekend exerciser. Some people are exercising only on the weekends. That is not going to help you. Regularity is more important. Consistency is more important. What happens to our brain and body when we exercise? The blood flow to the brain increases. The gray matter increases. All the happy hormones like dopamine, endorphins, they increase. Like just when you are exercising your mind, your soul in meditation. Similarly, when you are doing even physical exercise, some level of dopamine starts getting released in you. The calming hormones like gabapentin, it is also increased. So it improves your planning, your memory. It improves your attention span. And it also increases the production of the neurochemicals that promote the brain cell repair. So exercise program is a boon irrespective of whenever and how you are able to start. Just as we are exercising our body, do we also exercise our mind? Our mind is continuously thinking, but something that is continuously thinking, but if it's uncontrolled, it is not working in a controlled, in a channelized way, what will be the output? It is not going to have a great output. That is what is the beauty of meditation. It is channelizing your thought process. Meditation is exercising your mind, exercising your mind to think and create positive thoughts. Meditation is not just rest, meditation is proactive exercise that ultimately results into the rest of So let us also practice exercise of our mind, just as the common exercises that we are doing in this beautiful pre-COVID era is. What are we doing? We are maintaining social distance. We are continuously sanitizing our hands. We are continuously washing our hands just to keep off that virus, that little tiny creature. My message is that are we also sanitizing our mind on this particular? How many times do we have that feeling of hatred, of anger, of jealousy? Whenever we are keeping these emotions in our heart, whenever we are having these emotions in our mind, they are going to have a very powerful negative effect on the body. We must understand. Just as cleaning of the body is required, we clean our home every day. Don't you do that? You clean your home, your bathroom, your kitchen every day so that everything appears very beautiful. Similarly, it is very important for us to clean our mind every day. Do we take out time to clean our mind? That 60-40-60 principle is all about this. Last 60 minutes of the day, I clean my mind. Disconnecting from all the digital world, I take out time to practice gratitude, take out time to energize my mind and empower my mind. First 60 minutes, I again fill my mind with all the positive emotions just to empower. Today, my message is to hold hands and not grudge. Just one simple exercise. This heart is a beautiful organ. It's a very beautiful organ. We must understand that we must instill love into our heart. If we keep on holding grudges, that is not going to keep us happy. A person who keeps on holding grudges is always living with a heavy heart. We lose the, we might be able to see these things, we might be able to maintain our sight, but we lose the insight into our own lives and into the lives of millions and millions of people, of souls with whom we are interacting. To maintain that insight, to empower those people, it is very important to have very balanced and a very pure and a powerful heart. The most important gifts that you can give to your own self, the most important gifts that you can give to your loved ones today, my dear friends, is your love, is your time, and is your attention. These are the most powerful gifts that you can give to anyone. If we are able to take out time to give our love and power to everyone, our purpose of life will be solved. This is very important. So let us let go of the anger, hatred, and jealousy, which we'll be practicing in the meditation. And let us encompass, embrace the love, you know, the acceptance for our own self, the compassion, you know, understanding in our relations, appreciating for each one of us, adaptability and amicability. Exercising three emotions is what we need in our life. Exercising three emotions of appreciating everyone, appreciating your own self, accepting everybody, accepting your own self, and approving everybody, approving your own self. These are the three emotions that form the basis of our existence. When the love is the only language that we understand, my dear. And my last message to you on the World Heart Day is give rest to your heart and your mind. It is continuously pumping. And rest does not mean that just sleeping. People say, is rest important for our body? We need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Yes, I often say, yes, you need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. But my question to you is that when your body is sleeping for 6 to 8 hours, is your mind also sleeping in during that time? Most of the time, people come to me and say that yes, sleep is a biological necessity. But if our mind is not sleeping, mind is not at rest at that time, that sleep becomes a useless sleep. It is not going to give comfort to our body. And that is why today the data show that 1 in 2 or 3 adults are not able to get enough sleep, both for their body and the mind. You cannot catch up on the sleep during the weekend. You need 4 to 5, 6 hours of sleep every day. And what happens when we are not sleeping properly? It will lead to impaired cognition. It will increase the risk of diabetes, increases the weight, increases the risk of cancer and heart disease. Depression increases, anxiety increases, and the chances of one having brain stroke also increase. So sleep is very important. But equally important is sleep for your own mind, rest for your own. So simple sleep hygiene guidelines is switch off all the devices that last 60 minutes of the day, create a e-free zone. If you actually really want to enjoy this morning meditation, a beautiful initiative of Brahma Kumaris, my message to you is you have to win your day. To win your day, you have to win your morning. And to win your morning, you have to first win your night. And that winning your day and winning your night is what detoxifying yourself, that 60 minutes of the e-free zone. So use completely switch off devices. No, don't use any stimulants. Have a light meal and maintain a regular sleep schedule. Very important for all of us to understand. And last thing is to take a mental rest. Give rest to your own mind. Meditation is all about emotional rest, all about empowering your soul, empowering your heart, giving rest to your heart. And this is the rest about inculcating the feeling of peace, of love, of happiness, of power, of knowledge, and of purity. These are the original ingredients of your healthy heart and your healthy. These are the ingredients of your pure soul. If we are able to be peaceful, loving, happy, if we are able to be powerful, knowledgeable, and pure in our life, that is when we experience the anandam, the bliss in us, happiness beyond senses. So let us sit now for a few minutes of meditation and look at this how meditation changes your brain and your 15 minutes of meditation starts synchronizing your brain, and 25 minutes your both the brain hemispheres are in complete harmony, a more integrated and a more optimized. So let us now sit back and relax. I'll be giving you and guiding you through this beautiful journey with a nice music. Let us sit back in a moment of silence, completely detaching from all the noise of the day. I choose today to sit on the ocean shore, and as I sit in the morning, watching the sunrise just beside the ocean, I take out time to look at my own thoughts, releasing all the energy. Ease your body and direct your thoughts to your heart and your soul. I take out time to heal my heart today. Let me see the feeling of anger, the the feeling of irritation, the feeling of hatred, of jealousy, the feeling of competition, the criticism, complaint, and expectation have destroyed the peace of my heart. I understand that whatever I put in my heart, it pumps it throughout into the body, to every organ of the body. Let me choose to replace all these negative emotions. Let me clean my heart. All these negative emotions destroy the health of my heart. The anger, the jealousy, the lack of acceptance that I create in my thoughts clogs my arteries. As I go on this beautiful journey to clean my heart, every corner I let go of all the negativity. I release all the negativity. Like a child, an innocent child, my little beautiful heart is also innocent, loving, tender. The only language a child understands is of love and care. Today, I choose to take care of my little heart and plant a seed of care and love. Just watch your thoughts. Just see. I choose to nurture my heart and my soul with thoughts of care for my own self and for the world. Just as a plant, a little seed and a plant requires care, attention, manure, and sunlight. And then it blossoms into a beautiful flower. My my heart and my soul also require the manure of love, the water of peace, the sunlight of compassion. And then my heart is filled with gratitude. Let me sit in the front of the ocean of love, peace, compassion, and gratitude. Powerful rays of God's love who is the gardener, the supreme energy, is showering my heart with all the love and the gratitude, empowering my heart with peace. Let me open my heart to only love, love for my own self. Just see your heart filled with immense love, divine love, God's love, pure love, flowing like a magical river to every organ and every cell of your body. Just experience that. My every organ of the body is rejoicing with love. My heart is dancing and my soul is immersed. I am a loving soul. This is me. People may be unreasonable. Situations may be adverse. But I choose love because this is me. Like a little seed, my heart starts blossoming into a beautiful, healthy, ever healthy organ, Experience yourself as an ocean of love, just as the waves of a sea come with ever-changing shapes, bringing with them the endless possibilities. Just as they come and go, just as we expand and flow, my heart has waves of ocean of love within. For my own self and for every soul in the universe, I radiate love. See a powerful aura of God's love around you, a powerful protection around you. As I go ahead, I let my heart turn peaceful, looking for those beautiful, quiet spaces when I am with my own self. Peace is a powerful menu for my heart and my soul. Peace is powerful as it takes off all the disease from my body. As I see the feeling of peace merging with the feeling of love in my heart starts now pumping both peace and love to every cell of my body. I am at deep peace with no situation, nothing affecting me. I am completely at my own self. The pain, the suffering, the negativity, I see everything melting down, and I am powerful and peaceful. I go on a deep inner journey of peace, sitting beside this forest. Peace is the way to be. Peace is the way to think. Peace is the way to behave. Peace is the way to exist in this world. as I move ahead in my life. I enter this day with a peaceful heart and soul. I fill my heart with compassion, kindness, kindness for my own self, compassion for my own self, and compassion for every soul in this universe. God's compassion is like a sunlight that illuminates my heart. Experience a peaceful and a loving heart, radiating compassion to every cell of your body, every organ of you, cleaning off the hatred and jealousy in all my relations and for all myself. I choose to be compassionate. My every thought, my every word, and my every action, my karma, is manifesting compassion and kindness. Compassion is like a snow. Compassion is like a sunlight that can heal ourselves and can heal every soul whom we meet in our life. Compassion is not just a virtue, it's a power to experience. A compassionate heart is what I choose today. My heart is overflowing with love, with peace, and with compassion. As I move into the day, I'm thankful to every one in this universe. My heart is filled with gratitude. Gratitude towards God, who is taking care of me, who is a support, my backbone at every step of my life, every moment of my life. Gratitude to the nature for nurturing me so beautifully. I'm thankful. Gratitude towards my friends who are always there for me. Gratitude to all those who teach me how to be in this life and what not to do. As I end my day today, my heart will have only one memory, and that is the memory of gratitude. A heart of gratitude, a life of gratitude is a life towards enlightenment. Let me on this World Heart Day redesign my own feelings, choose what I put into my heart consciously. The opportunity today is not going to come tomorrow. Let me be the embodiment of peace, of love, of compassion, and of gratitude. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you and Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohit Gupta. And it was a beautiful meditation, kindling compassion, gratitude, love in our heart. And shortly we'll be having a short Q&A session. I have got a few questions, but if you have any more questions, please feel free to send on the chat window. We will definitely try to. And before we actually start the questions, I would just like to say, if someone is new to this Zoom room, we have this meditation every day morning from 6:30 to 7 in English, and we have the same Zoom room available in Hindi, that is in the evening 7:30 to 8 p.m. So if you have any time, if you want to join us, do welcome for meditations. It's every day morning and in the evenings, as I announced. So, Dr. Mohit, should we start the questions?
Yeah, I'm okay. Please go.
Okay. Supriya has asked, what is 40 in 60 40 60 principle?
So, out of the so many minutes that you get in a day, my suggestion to you is that taking out 40 minutes when you are sitting with your family in your home, completely switching off the mobile and the social media and the digital media. And why it is important today for us to understand is that often when we are talking to each other, sitting in our family, we are still using our mobile and not looking into the eyes of the person. This decreases the meaningful conversation by almost 25 to 50%. And this is a scientific based study from USA. So if we need to have more meaningful conversations and healthy relations, we need to disconnect for at least 40 minutes and connect completely e-free with our family. You know, This was 100% when mobiles and technologies were not there. And it is surprising that today we have to really take out 40 minutes to shut off our mobile and connect with our family, talking to them, listening to their feelings, expressing our feelings. So 60 minutes in the night, 60 minutes in the morning, and 40 minutes in the evening when you are sitting with your family is what we need.
Thank you, Dr. Mohit. I hope it answered your question, Supriya. Second question is how to strengthen the heart muscles.
So, strengthening the heart muscle physically, if you are asking me, so it's a very, very simple way. There is not, nothing much you have to do. We have to just do the isometric exercises and isotonic exercises. Isotonic exercises means you have to walk every day. Very, very important. 30 to 40 minutes, because then your heart has to pump more. And something, when you are pumping, your heart is pumping more naturally, it trains itself. Similar, just like you're using your muscles every day, they get trained. So similarly, you train your heart. And isometric exercises is light weights. When your heart is pumping against more resistance, it naturally has to work harder and your heart muscles become more thick. But there is a negative side, flip side of it also, that we, all these activities, especially the isometric exercises, have to be supervised if we are overtraining them. So balance your routine, your exercise schedule with both isotonic and isometric. Isotonic means walking and isometric means muscle training. Both are very important for training.
Thank you, Dr. Mohit. Another question, in fact, I would like to club two questions. One question is how much quantity of oil or ghee per day is recommended and which one is better? And second question is it okay if I take no oil? So maybe you can club it together.
So if you are not in a habit of taking any oil, that is perfect with you. But I would strongly suggest that some level of, because these oils contains monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats, and these are building blocks of your body. So some consumption of all the things are very important. So many people come to me having that which oil should we be using and in what quantity. So there is no fixed quantity that we recommend that, half kg, 1 kg, 1 teaspoon, no, nothing. It should be all in moderation. You know, if we are cooking our vegetables in oil, they should all be done in moderation. But if we are pouring too much oil, having everyday parathas or everyday fried food, that is really harmful. Oils should always be rotated. Rice bran oil, the sunflower oil, the mustard oil, the olive oil, all these oils should be there on your shelf. You can rotate the oils every 15 days or even every day in different meals also. This is all doable. If you want to have ghee, I don't mind you having ghee, but consuming too much ghee, frying into a ghee or a vanaspati, and frying your parantha into that, and these are all things which are really, really harmful. So they should be avoided or minimalistically consumed. Coconut and palm oil are specifically shown to have negative effects on the body and the cardiovascular health. So they are to be consumed little less. So moderation is very important. My message to all my heart patients, even after the heart attack, is that if you are not over consuming, have everything in moderation and practice the Kiko principle. Kiko principle is very simple. Calorie in should be less than calorie out. So if we are having more calorie in, CI, and calorie out is less, CO, then you will always are going to gain weight. So balance is very important. If you want to consume oil and start oil and have a typical very healthy diet and not having anything, having everything raw, then use these oils to sprinkle over your salads and fruits. So extra virgin olive oil is particularly and highly beneficial, though it is very expensive, only when it is consumed in high quantities, avoiding all other fats but raw, which is not a typical Indian diet. So if you want to have more details about all these lectures, there's a long 1.5 hour talk addressing all these issues in a deeper detail. On YouTube, you can go and check out lifestyle modifications.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Mohit. I'll share the link for lifestyle modifications towards the end, probably. Another one question is from Sulakshna. At times I can concentrate continuously, but at the same time, some days I cannot concentrate at all. Is it because I'm diabetic or any hormone level changes?
So, diabetes and hormone level changes can definitely affect the body structure and body physiology, and even to a little extent, your thinking patterns. But remember that your concentration, your ability is a consequence of what is going on into your subconscious mind. Very, very, very deep and important concept. Remember that you are what your subconscious mind is. What you are putting into your achetan man, what we call as subconscious mind, is what drives your body. So you may think that yes, I am happy, I want to be healthy, I want to be well, everything is perfect, but your body is running on a whole different program because continuously you have been having a negative self-talk and not energizing yourself. That is where the role of these meditation. So night when you are going to sleep and morning when you are getting up, these are the two times when your conscious and subconscious mind are connected. So consciously when you are sleeping in the night, continuously give thoughts to your mind that my concentration is perfect, my concentration is wonderful, my ability to think and comprehend is fantastic. And when you get up early in the morning, you again reiterate those thoughts. When you are continuously and habitually doing this, what happens is your whole programming of your brain, of your subconscious brain changes. And these diseases don't have an effect on your subconscious brain. That is under your control. So these change of emotions is a consequence of the programs that we have feeded. And someday I'll address you the kind of intricacies and how we can actually transform these programs to completely change my own behavior and change my own life according to the way I want. Meditation is one of the most powerful ways to change and reprogram your subconsciousness. So don't link it with your disease. I have never allowed my life to be linked to my disease. There are numerous problems that keep on going. Sometimes this particular thing scans, disease, brain illness, spine illness, surgeries I have undergone through. But if you want to win over these disease, you have to grow bigger than the disease. And the only process is by your conscious and subconscious mind. Very powerful.
Thanks, doctor. It reminds me of the fact that always mind matters over the matter.
It's mind over matter.
Mind over matter. Yeah. The last question I have is, what are the mandatory tests for heart to be taken as a precaution? Narayan has given this question.
So when you are above 35 years, particularly, I would strongly suggest to have a yearly lipid profile check. Must. That is one test that I always get it done every year. Complete lipid profile. That is very important. So that gives you a basic idea of what are your cholesterol levels. If you are turning out to be 40 plus and a business executive working under different kind of situations, it's always a good idea to get your baseline EKG, that is electrocardiogram, and you can subject yourself to your treadmill testing, that is called a TMT. That's a functional testing of your heart's capability. But let me tell you, if you are walking every day, all these tests generally carry no relevance. But if you have a very strong family history, anybody in your family has had an history of a heart attack or hypertension, I would strongly suggest you that it's just for having a baseline value, that this is my baseline ECG, this is my baseline TMT, and these are my baseline blood values, which I need as a reference for my future monitoring. Remember, walking, diet, and lifestyle can significantly, all the guidelines are today pressing hard and clearly that these kind of exercises can completely transform your health and reverse the disease and halt the disease significantly.
Thank you, Dr. Mohit. I
Welcome, Shan.
I did got one question, but I think is it okay or should we?
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, maybe the last question then. In diabetic condition, if we maintain the diet and exercise, would there be any need to take medicines?
If your diabetes is controlled by your lifestyle, you don't need to take any medicine. There is no doubt about it. But remember, a person who is diabetic today is treated as a cardiac patient because diabetes affects every organ of our body. So, stringent and proper control of diabetes is what is required. If we are diabetic, then 3 monthly control of checking the control of sugar is very important, at least monthly, and then 3 monthly that HbA1c, glycosylated hemoglobin, is very important to see what has been the control. You can fast for one day and have your fasting blood sugar, which is normal, and report to a doctor, but that does not help. I want a glycosylated hemoglobin that to see what has been the complete control over 3 months and the mean blood glucose level that tells me what is the circulating blood sugar. But if you are having a good lifestyle and the sugar values which are controlled over time with exercise and diet, perfect. That is very well appreciated and accepted.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mohit,
Okay, Om.
for staying with us, for giving so much time from your busy schedule. And before we close, I just would like to make an announcement for the participants that today at 10 a.m. also we have another session from Dr. Satish Gupta. If you would like to join, please go on this link and you can watch it online, or the Zoom ID is also shared here. So thank you, Dr. Gupta, once again,
Om
and
Shanti.
thanks to the participants for joining us online, on Zoom, wherever you are. Thank you so much, and we look forward to have you again, Dr. Mohit Gupta, sometime
Thank you.
for meditation. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Fill your heart with lot of love, compassion, and kindness. Thank you so much.